170 kilometers or 100 miles from the kingdom of Lo Lan, we reached the ruins of the ancient Buddhist city of Miran. We could see an old earthwork through the sandstorm, which was getting worse. The Tower of Miran was being seen by foreign eyes for the first time since it was rediscovered by the British explorer Aurel Stein at the beginning of the 20th century. Here, Stein had found beautiful products of the mixing of two civilizations. This mural painting is of an angel with wings. It's a bit like a Western seraph, but the hair, with only one lock on the left-hand side, shows an Eastern influence. Here, the big nose and thick hair makes the picture look like an image of Jesus Christ, but it's actually Shakyamuni, the historical Buddha. Hellenistic and Buddhist cultures were combined here to produce a strange, new kind of beauty. This castle was built of big sun-dried bricks in a square, about 70 meters or 200 feet to the side. It was a fort built by the Tibetan people who came here from the south in the 8th century. The Tibetans disappeared during the 11th century, and since that time, Miran has been buried under the desert sand. However, they still sing an old song called Kala Bran, the song of the Black Storm. It tells how the sandstorms buried the city that was once their home. After another 5 hours delay, we finally set out from Dar Mazar. Here, the Nia River now disappears into the sand, although in the past it used to flow all the way to the ruins. They're actually quite close, if only you could travel directly towards them. But an old riverbed lies that way, a deep sandy valley with dead trees across it. That sort of terrain is too tiring for camels. We went westwards into the desert, and then turned north when we reached a comparatively flat place. It was very hot. The air temperature was more than 33 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And the ground temperature was over 50 degrees Celsius, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. If we could find the Nia ruins, we should be the first foreigners to see them for about 70 years. If you travel a long way by camel, the leader keeps their speed to about 3 kilometers or 2 miles an hour. On the day we started out late, we only had about 5 kilometers or 3 miles to go to the ruins when the sun set. So we gave up for the day and made camp, as the Uyghur caravan master thought it'd be too dangerous to travel by night. The next morning, we started out at 9 o'clock, because we thought it'd be only an hour or so before we got to the ruins. It was very hot, and even at that early hour of the morning, it was already almost 30 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. However, after an hour, there was no sign of the ruins, nor could we see anything by noon. We kept on after a quick lunch without the usual rest every 2 hours. Our canteens, which we were sharing out by the cupful, were quickly running dry. Still, we could see nothing but the empty desert. Now we've been traveling for 9 hours, and there was still nothing but empty desert. The temperature was more than 40 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And we no longer had any idea where we were. We were lost and very tired. We held a hasty conference in the usual mixture of 3 languages, Japanese, Chinese, and Uyghur. But we could only conclude that we must somehow have missed the ruins. Night fell before we could establish our position. We sent a radio message to the emergency base at Mingfang, and the guides divided themselves into 3 groups which would scout round and try to find the ruins. That night, we kept a fire burning to mark our position, so that the patrols could find us again. It was rather a frightening time.